Dale Little here with Rescue American Ministries, and this segment I call the Relic Biker. And you'll notice a couple things different I'm doing. Notice I've got a camera on the back of the bicycle this time to catch just a couple places that a little interesting, but nothing special. And also, I started out just doing these, giving people something to see, the scenery of central Romania, Transylvania, and it began to evolve a little more towards gospel and presenting the gospel message through song primarily. I want to do something a little different today. Do a few Johnny Horton songs. Those are familiar with Johnny Horton. A lot of people aren't. If you aren't, I'm sorry. But you can find him, some of his videos, of course, on YouTube. Also, the main thing is that we'll not forget that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So don't forget that. That doesn't change from the videos, even though we're doing a few secular Johnny Horton songs. That does not change. And I make it up here a little ways and see a few dogs on the sidewalk, and you see me cut over because traffic, as you can see, is already pretty heavy. I'm headed back up to the grassy knoll that I was on a couple of weeks ago because it had a very good view, and I wanted to scout out a couple more trails up there, a couple more roads. Didn't have time to take them, but kind of did scout them out a little bit. So I hope you enjoy the video. And I think we'll catch up just a minute.
Okay. At least two dogs up here, so it didn't bother those bikers that came down, or they came down too fast for them. I don't know. We'll see.
Now, I haven't decided what I'll call this video. Stuck in the mud or mud biker. I've never been in such a mess before. That's before we get to
the sidewalk. I gotta head over to the highway. Three dogs, okay.
Now the dogs are on the left on the sidewalk. I got off the sidewalk, got back on the road because I didn't want to confront the dogs not knowing anything about them. And you see, they kind of look at me, and I think one or two of the other one didn't give a glance. I don't think hardly. I'm sure they noticed me, but at any rate, I had noticed two bicycles coming down just right before that, and they didn't give any chase to them. I said, well, they could have been going too fast coming downhill, but didn't think so. And I'll exit the highway just around this corner. I've took this trail before. If any of you, watched the videos, and so I'll take the sidewalk on the right. It's very little traveled up through the woods there to I think a community called something like Sadu Ridge or something like that. That's not exactly, I don't think that's the correct name, but the dog that you'll see coming, he's didn't give any indication of being aggressive at all, and went out of his way to avoid me over to the side. Matter of fact, he looked pretty tuckered out. Maybe he's already chased his bicycles for the day. But looked like he was too tuckered to probably give chase to another one at least. As we wait to get up at the top, it's one called North to Alaska. Some of you be familiar with it, some of you won't. It's a song from a number of years ago. Way up north to Alaska, way up north to Alaska, north to Alaska, north the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north the rush is on. Big Sam left Seattle in the year of '92 with George Pratt his partner and brother Billy too. They crossed the Yukon River and found the Bonanza Gold below that old white mountain just a little southeast of Nome. Sam crossed the majestic mountains, the valleys far below. He talked to his team of huskies as he mushed on through the snow, with the northern lights running wild in the land of the midnight sun. Yes, Sam McCord was a mighty man in the year of '91. Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. Way up north to Alaska, way up north to Alaska. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. George turned to Sam with the gold in his hand. Said, Sam, you're looking at a lonely, lonely man. I'd trade all the gold that's buried in this land for one small band of gold to place on sweet little Jenny's hand. 'Cause a man needs a woman to love him all the time. Remember, Sam, a true love is so hard to find. I'd build for my Jenny a honeymoon home below that old white mountain just a little southeast of Nome. Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. Way up north to Alaska, way up north to Alaska. I'll just be going a short ways out here, and I'll stop and go check my map. I drew me a map and also loaded one off the internet to kind of check things out, see where everything was going, get a pretty good view from here, and also after we get to that big grassy knoll, you got views from both sides, and you can kind of see, from the map where things are going. And so one thing, just let you know ahead of time, I have a hard time keeping my map up with the camera on top of my helmet, keeping it up to where you can see the map. So I'm talking like you can see it, but you can't.
This is the way I came the other day. I'm going to look at some different routes. The road goes on, I guess, down those houses down there somewhere. Kind of got it upside down from where I want it, but just an idea. Here's the main road where I turn in right here. Now I'm going out this way. think that's right. I got a better one over here, but it's hard to see. This one's coming from Chestnut. This is the main road. Goes to, I guess, Tosili. And I turned in here. This road doesn't look well marked. I thought about coming up this way, but I didn't. I may sometime. I'll probably go back that way. But this road is not marked well at all. It looks like it may become just more than a pathway or something. But let's see. It's about 7:30 p.m. Yeah, that's, I remember by the map, that forest over there. Road goes right by there and cuts back across what intersects the main road. And doesn't look too far to where the place I was wanting to go up to see about. One of those peaks is Magura Peak. I'm not sure which one. But that's where I've been eventually wanting to go. Whether I get there or not, don't know, but it's a tough climb. I've been halfway.
There will be another dog up ahead. I did bring some dog treats with me this time, so we'll see if they work. There's another road that branches off right up here, and this same dog was there. Of course, there's beehives. But he was there last time I came through, but there's a car sitting across it that had his attention then. So we'll see what happens today.
Yeah. You got the intersection, huh? See what I've got. Yeah. It's up here. Did you miss it? It's right there beside of you. Well, all right, I got another one. Here you go. Come on. Where you going? Huh? Right here it is. Look. Right there. See? There it is. Here, bud. Right there. On the ground. Are you going down my hand? Huh? Look here. You can have it. Come on. Look there. Oh, you're blind, aren't you? Huh? It's good. Yeah, it's good. Good boy. Yeah, right here's another one. Right here. There it is. On the ground. On the ground. I'll get it for you. Hold on. Hold on. Look here. Here you go, buddy. There you go. Very good. Yeah. How about that? Can I pass now? Huh? All right. See you next time.
Now, very shortly, you'll hear dogs up ahead of me, and then there's two dogs that decide to join the white dog I just left, and they're all coming up behind me then at a distance, but I had to keep an eye on them. Now, I'm wondering if this is one of the roads that's marked on the map. It's not much of a road, but that's the way some of them are. I see. In front and back. Yeah. I might walk past a little ways. Next song's also about Alaska. When it's springtime in Alaska, it's 40 below. I must from Point Barrow through a blizzard of snow. Been out prospecting for 2 years or so. Pulled into Fairbanks, the city was a boom. So I took a little stroll to the Red Dog Saloon. As I walked in the door, the music was clear. The prettiest voice I had heard in 2 years. The song she was singing made a man's blood run cold. When it's springtime in Alaska, it's 40 below. It was red-headed Leah who was singing so sweet. I reached down and took the snowpacks off my feet. I reached for the gal who was singing the tune. We did the Eskimo hop all around the saloon. With caribou crawl and a grizzly bear hug, we did our dance on a Kodiak rug. The song she kept singing made a man's blood run cold. When it's springtime in Alaska, it's 40 below. I was as innocent as I could be. I didn't know Leo was Big Ed's wife-to-be. He took out his knife and he gave it a throw. When it's springtime in Alaska, I'll be 6 feet below. Now, you won't hear me do any running around songs and glorifying getting drunk and all that stuff. But you'll notice in this song that the main character didn't know that the woman he's dancing with was to be married. So those going to criticize anyway, though. But just thought I'd point that out. This one will circle, I think, and come back around where the forest sticks out down there. So, yeah, interesting. Good view. There's a house that's sitting up against the forest.
it makes a good view, but they'll not be able to see the mountains from where they're at for sure. After they can see over here and on the town over there, the village, and who knows what else. But I'm gonna cut back across here. But one day I will take this on when I got more time. It's late in the evening, so I'm going to get on back. And I can see the main highway way over there. See a vehicle, probably won't be able to pick it up on the video because it's such a wide angle.
After time I've had cleaned up my bike before, where going through mud holes and getting muddy, I decided to avoid those things as much as I could. It's a mess to try to clean up, especially these knobby tires, but you see what lies ahead, and this is just the beginning.
I may have to take a photo off this video that you can see just a neat deer in the near, and there is, I see the steeple to the fortified church right at my apartment. And then in the distance I see Cebu over there. And I suppose these are all sheep tracks. I don't know. Hard to tell. A lot of deer around. I hate to go through that mud. So hard to get out these knobby tires. This is the shortest way back. Oh well.
Can things get much worse? Yes, they can.
Well.
That was nothing. Not far past this van, things start getting bad in a hurry. It's going downhill. I thought the road would be in better shape, but it got worse. My. Oh, my. Yeah, this is just the beginning. Here it is.
Let's keep it moving, even down here. Oh my goodness.
I was trying to get up speed to get through that, even going downhill, and just sunk
What
into
a
it.
mess.
Had to put my feet down, and the mud went up over my ankles. And just as soon as I got down on the pavement, nice clean bike coming this way, I said, I hope he's not coming this far, or he knows what he's getting into. May of 1941, the war had just begun. The Germans had the biggest ships, they had the biggest guns. Bismarck was the fastest ship that ever sailed the seas. On her decks were guns as big as steers and shells as big as trees. Out of the cold and foggy night came the British ship, the Hood. And every British seaman, he knew and understood, it had to sink the Bismarck, terror of the seas. Stop those guns as big as steers and shells as big as trees. We'll find that German battleship that's making such a fuss. We gotta sink the Bismarck, cause the world depends on us. Hit the deck a-running, boys, and spin those guns around. When we find the Bismarck, we gotta cut her down. The Hood found the Bismarck, and on that fatal day, the Bismarck must started firing 15 miles away. We gotta sink the Bismarck, was the battle sound. But when the Hood smoke had cleared away, the mighty Hood went down. For 6 long days and weary nights, they tried to find her trail. Churchill told the people, put every ship a sail, 'cause somewhere on that ocean, I know she's gotta be. We gotta sink the Bismarck to the bottom of the sea. The fog was gone the 7th day, and I saw the morning sun. 10 hours away from homeland, the Bismarck made its run. The admiral of the British fleet said, turn those bows around. We found that German battleship and gonna cut her down. The British guns were aimed and the shells were coming fast. First shell hit the Bismarck, they knew she couldn't last. That mighty German battleship is just a memory. Sink the Bismarck was the battle cry that shook the 7 seas. We found that German battleship that's making such a fuss. Had to sink the Bismarck, 'cause the world depends on us. We hit the deck a-running and we spun those guns around. Yeah, we found maybe a couple verses of this one. In 1814, took a little trip along Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. Took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we caught the flood of British in the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept coming, but there wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We looked down the river and see the British come, and there must have been 100 of them beating on the drum. They stepped so high that they made the bugles ring, and stood beside the cotton belt and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept coming, but there wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said we could take them by surprise if we didn't fire a musket till we see them in the eye. We held our fire till we see the faces well, then we opened up the squirrel gun and really gave them well. We fired our guns and the British kept coming, but there wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. On down the Mississippi